watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Good evening. Today is Monday, September 11th, 2023. Welcome to News 25. I'm Missy Kohler. Nye County Sheriff's Office served a search warrant earlier today regarding a previous case from 2022. Sheriff Joe McGill speaks with News 25 on the scene about this investigation.
We're here at 3330 South Rainbow serving a search warrant here in Pahrump. This investigation started in early August when two individuals identified as Darian Lee and Chad Utter were arrested for drug charges. They were found to be in possession of a firearm, and they were also charged with child endangerment or neglect. Child Protective Services got involved, and the children were returned to the two after they got out of jail. They were in jail for a couple days. Detective received information recently that Lee and Utter were still in possession of additional firearms and drugs, so detective prepared a search warrant, which was signed by the judge. We served the search warrant today, and we did indeed find a stolen firearm. We found several quantities of narcotics, and based on the condition of the residence, I'm sure that the children are going to be taken, placed in protective custody, and they will again be charged for child endangerment or neglect.
A two-vehicle crash happened over the weekend, sending one person to trauma. News 25 reporter David Preston has more.
Jason Ernest of Mount West Lawyers. Don't be bullied by insurance companies. Call me, 775-727-9500.
A two-vehicle crash happened over the weekend on Vandervoort Street and Vicky Ann Road. Both Nye County Sheriff's Office and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were on the scene. According to the driver of the vehicle hit, the driver of a white Cadillac CTS rear-ended a white single-cab GMC truck while making a left turn onto Vandervoort Street, causing serious injuries to the passenger, his brother, inside the truck. The passenger was airlifted via Mercy Air to trauma in Las Vegas with arm and neck injuries. The driver of the GMC truck stated to News 25 that when the Cadillac hit the truck in the rear, it caused his own truck to be airlifted. Both vehicles suffered moderate to major damage. There are no other injuries reported. Traffic was diverted around the crash site.
A child was transported to the hospital over the weekend after being struck by a vehicle. Rory Roselle has this story.
On Sunday, September 10th, a minor was struck by a black Mercedes on Teller Drive and Dunn Street. The child was allegedly riding down their driveway when reportedly colliding with the vehicle. The minor was rushed to the hospital via the parent's vehicle, and KPVM does not know the severity of the child's injuries at this time. Nye County Sheriff's Office was on the scene and are still investigating this incident. And News 25 will be following if there is any updates.
Today marks the 22nd anniversary of the tragic attack that occurred on our country in New York City, Pennsylvania, and the Pentagon, known as 9/11. We here in Pahrump will never forget this horrific event. The Pahrump Valley Rotary Club hosted an annual 9/11 memorial ceremony at the Calvada Eye this morning, and News 25 was there.
This morning we were able to have our yearly 9/11 remembrance here at the Rotary First Responders Reflection Area in Pahrump. And this event means a lot to me because this is something that we cannot forget. We were blessed to have several youth here to hear different opinions and different stories of how people were affected by the events of 9/11 in the morning. Myself, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, and even I was greatly affected. We have several residents here in Pahrump that were greatly affected by the mornings of 9/11. And so we always want to remember the first responders that lost their lives on that day, but also the first responders that protect us day in and day out here in our local community of Pahrump.
Are here as the last line of defense. Our sheriff's deputies, police officers, firefighters, those individuals give their lives on a regular basis. We don't just wait. We go in. We bring the fight to the bad guy. The firefighters bring the fight to the bad guy. In their case, the bad guy is fire. And I can tell you, only about 3 weeks ago, I watched firefighters run into a burning building in an attempt to save a life. Unfortunately, that life was lost. However, that individual was brought out from those flames before it was safe for them to go in. Police officers, sheriff's deputies, all law enforcement personnel, we run into the fire. In our case, the fire is the evil of individuals.
I'm one of the co-organizers that put together the Pahrump Valley Rotary Club 9/11 event. And we do that at the First Responders Reflection Area that was created and built by the Pahrump Valley Rotary Club. We do this each year on 9/11. And we get excellent speakers that come in and talk about why we'd never want to forget 9/11 and what happened to our country. So the event today was just superb. We had wonderful speakers. Everybody talked about what they were doing, how they were doing it, what they thought about our country, how our country came together, all the things that happened on 9/11/2001, 22 years ago. So it's something that we never want to forget, and it's all about 9/11 and us being citizens of this great United States of America.
I'm honored to be part of the 9/11 ceremony that we just completed over at the Calvada Eye. It was really, really powerful to me to hear these stories and hear the personal interactions that people have had and the way they've been impacted by the events of 9/11. Obviously, being this far away from the epicenter, but still being impacted as much as we have been is just an incredible thing. So I'm really proud of everybody that was involved, and it's a real honor to be here today and to hear from all of the first responders. And we got to provide them with a standing ovation today, which they all deserved immensely.
You know you'll always be my hero. No matter what, you let the fear go. The times we shared, the memories I found. Your spirit will always live on.
We'll have more on the 9/11 memorial ceremony right after our break, so stay with us.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Thanks for staying with us. We continue our coverage of the 9/11 memorial ceremony in part 2 of our story.
22 years ago, the world paused from shocking events. The United States was under attack. We as a nation were battered and bruised, but we overcame the horrific scenes of agony and despair and were never defeated. On that day, heroes emerged, first responders who bravely ran towards and literally into danger. The American spirit shined proudly in a united country as chaos turned to recovery. We experienced the largest terror strike in the history of our country. Families were shattered. The statistics of those who lost their lives are mind-numbing today. Even though we're 2 decades away, nearly 3,000 people were killed, including hundreds of firemen, paramedics, and law enforcement officers.
Good morning. Today I had the opportunity to be at the Pahrump Valley Rotary Club's September 11th event, honoring and memorizing the tragic events that took place on September 11th, 2001, and also to honor our men and women that serve in our fire department, our law enforcement, search and rescue, and remember all the great things and sacrifices that they do for our nation and our community here locally. One of the things that I'm always remembrance of at these events is how our nation came together after such a tragic event. Our nation was one, and we all stood right behind our men and women in blue and our firemen for everything that they do.
I have the honor of helping to organize this event for the Pahrump Valley Rotary Club every year. That's the reason why we built this reflection area. We want to honor all of the first responders, not just here, but across the country and across the world, who willingly every day give their lives and risk their lives to help others. The 9/11 event is a perfect time to remember that this is our country, that this is what we love, this is what we fight for, this is what we die for, and to never, ever forget what happened 22 years ago.
In our continued coverage of the fires in Maui, the number of those missing has dropped from 385 to just 66, a significant drop. RJ Camacho has the details.
A month after the Maui wildfires, the number of those missing has dropped to only 66 people, while the death toll remains stagnant at 115, and authorities plan to escort residents on visits to their property soon. However, residents will have to be mindful while visiting due to the ash still being toxic. The number of those missing has dropped a significant amount, as last week it was reported that 385 people were still missing or unaccounted for. The Maui police has currently released the names of 55 of those who have been confirmed dead, and 22 of those were in their 70s, 13 being in their 60s, and only one person listed was under the age of 10. However, half of those who are deceased are still unidentified, and there's an expected overlap of the names of those missing and the remains that have already been recovered. Hawaii Governor Josh Green stated that there may be some additional fatalities as we go through the next month. Although the list has been dropped to 66, there are apparently 80 additional names of those who potentially may be missing that are currently being vetted for credibility, according to the Maui Police Department. In these specific instances, it's been stated that information was not provided for the reporting party, or that the reporting party was unable to provide any further details. Global donations to the American Red Cross, Hawaii Community Foundation, the Maui United Way, and other organizations have been helping in relief efforts. Governor Josh Green spoke about how the tens of millions of dollars are going to the residents and businesses in need after the events of the wildfires. He went on to state, "If we support Maui's economy and keep our people employed, they will heal faster and continue to afford to live on Maui." Green has also authorized $100 million from the Federal Temporary Assistance for Needy Families program to, as he states, magnify the power of their generosity, referring to those that have supported Maui via donations. According to Governor Green, the government is making $25 million available for the businesses in order to help them survive. The $25 million will be distributed via grants of $10,000 to $20,000. However, both Green and Maui County officials have been facing criticism due to the response that occurred for the wildfires that devastated Maui. Governor Green responded, stating that, "Should we have invested more in fire prevention? Of course, but we'd never had a fire of this consequence," and also stated that people have been more focused on tragedies that are more common, with examples being such as car accidents or drug overdoses. He also went on to state this as well: "I can't speak for when people will apologize for this tragedy. I'm heartbroken, and I will tell you and anyone out there, I'm so sorry you went through this. Of course, I'm just one person. It's the world who has to apologize for what we have become, where we have become a world where we turn our backs on global warming and where we didn't prioritize things in advance."
In Clark County, ordinances are being planned for sidewalk vendors, and Clark County wants to hear the public's opinion on this matter.
Starting tomorrow on September 12th, the community of Clark County are invited to attend the first of 11 town halls centered around Clark County's sidewalk ordinances. The town hall commencing tomorrow will be held at the Clark County Government Center inside Commission Chambers, and is to be held by Commissioner Marilyn Kirkpatrick. During this town hall, the Department of Business Licensing, Southern Nevada Health District, and the LVMPD will be attending to present information regarding the proposed ordinances and to engage in discussion discussions with members of the community. The proposed regulations are aiming to ensure that sidewalk vending operations are to be conducted in a safe, legal, and controlled manner. It also aims to provide opportunities for both economic growth and cultural diversity. These regulations will also be focusing on call for specific rules and licensing requirements for sidewalk vendors, which include health and safety standards, location restrictions, and designated zones for neighborhood and commercial areas for these businesses to occur. After September 12th, tomorrow, there will be other chances to attend a town hall regarding this matter. On September 13th, there will be a town hall at Parkdale Community Center at 5:30 p.m. September 18th, there will be a town hall at Monaco Middle School at 5:30 p.m. On September 19th, there will be a town hall at Desert Breeze Community Center at 5:30 p.m. September 20th, there will be a town hall at Cora Coleman Senior Center at 2 p.m. and another to be held on the same day at Desert Breeze Community Center at 5:30 p.m. September 21st's town hall will be at Paradise Recreation Center at 6 p.m. and the final town hall will be on September 25th at the Paradise Community Center at 5:30 p.m. The county will be offering interpretation services in Spanish, English, and Tagalog and will be broadcasted on the county's social media pages on X, formerly known as Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
When we come back, we'll take a look at sports and a new business in town. Stick around.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Time now for a look at sports. Here's Mikey.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports. Today with Stanley Cup Tour continued. There is Stanley the dog sitting in Stanley the Cup. Hopefully it gets cleaned before the next person eats out of it. Las Vegas Aviators were on the wrong side of the scoreboard last night. Shut out 3-0 by the Sacramento Rivercats. They kick off their final homestand of the season on Tuesday against the Reno Aces. Las Vegas Aces welcomed the Phoenix Mercury to close out the regular season. They won 100-85. They will have home court advantage in the playoffs, and they kick off on Wednesday against the Chicago Sky. The Raiders edged out the Broncos in Denver yesterday, 17-16. They play the Bills in Buffalo next Sunday. Pahrump Valley Trojans football welcome Virgin Valley this Thursday, JV at 4, varsity at 7. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
A local favorite has a new location as Tacos Fiesta holds their grand opening. News 25 spoke to Leslie for all the details.
My name is Leslie. We're here at Tacos Fiesta. We did the inauguration today at 10 a.m. We're here from 10 a.m. right now, and we close at 8 p.m. We're going to be here today, and we're pretty much open every day except for Mondays. Monday's the only day we're closed. Thank you to everyone who has supported us through Fall Fest, through our little taco shop. Now we have this even better location. We're really excited. We even have an extended menu. Thank you so much for everything, and we can't wait to serve everybody. Our new address is 1330 5th Street, Pahrump, Nevada. Yeah, thank you.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Pretty nice day today. Look at that sky, all those fluffy clouds. Wonder what the rest of the week's going to be like. We'll find out soon. John will be back with the full forecast, so stick around.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, all up and down the East Country Radio Network. And on your local or mobile device, on the local BTV app, the app that puts us on the web, we appreciate them. 86 degrees out there in Fernley. Fallon's at 87. Carson City, 83 degrees. You're not really reaching for that Cool Spot Award winner. No, well, you would have landed anyway. Tonopah got it, 79 degrees. Gorgeous and 80 degrees in Goldfield. Beautiful Beatty, 89 degrees. Amargosa, where the wind comes whipping down the plain. Yes, 96 degrees is your hot spot today. Las Vegas, 93 poolside, and out in Death Valley, reasonable at 105. But here in the paradise of Pahrump, let's look at our current temperature. It's not too bad. 91 degrees, 92 just a little bit earlier. Winds out of the south-southwest this afternoon to just 8 miles per hour. That sun rose this morning in all its glory, hope and promise of a new day at 6:23. And it's setting this evening. Oh, man, we lost some daylight, folks. Fans of the night rejoice. We picked up about 6 more minutes as the sun sets this evening at 6:57, and we're heading to a low tonight of 70 degrees. That seems like reasonable fall-time weather. And as we approach this week, what do we see? Sunshine is the theme. Sunshine and low wind. Look at that. Wind doesn't even break out of single digits until next Monday, and then it's only 11 miles per hour. So reasonable wind week. Temperatures pretty much hugging that low 92 to 94 degree range, and staying steady with that throughout the week. We see sunshine. Let's see, we get a little bit of clouds on Thursday. No real talk of rain yet, but this is just a perfect, wonderful, classic, standard textbook fall weather week here in southern Nevada. So we're going to enjoy that, and I hope you do too. All right, back to the desk. Here's Missy Kohler.
Looks downright tolerable. Thanks, John. That's going to wrap things up for News 25 tonight. We thank you so much for watching and hope you have a great night.